Good morning, it's Friday, and this is a video about what you might be able to do in Ukraine, and it comes to you in 5 parts. You, like me, might post things on the internet, whether they be tweets or TikToks or videos or anything like that. But right now, our attention in what we listen to and what we watch should not just be 24-hour news networks or presidential remarks, as useful as those can be in a time like this. But our attention should be with the people of Ukraine. And there are people on Twitter worth listening to, whether it be the Ukraine Live Conflict 2022 account, which was made by an American walking to Ukraine, and the reporting that he's doing there feels necessary. On TikTok, the wonderful Zena Solo gives wonderful face to cameras, giving articulate insight and perspective on this crisis. And on Twitter, defense reporter for the Kiev Independent, Ilya Ponomarenko, is giving great insight, and other journalists are doing much the same. Listen to them, hear the weight of this conflict brought about by one man's ego, but don't despair at the entirety of the crisis itself. Certainly not to the point of complete inaction from our comfortable seats in the West, because there are things we can do, namely, and secondly, giving blood when you can. When a crisis like this breaks out, it can put a strain on the world's system for being able to care for people in crisis. It's never really a bad time to give blood, and it's especially maybe a good time if you're able to, because it's something most of us are very much able to do and contribute to. You can find where to give blood in the link below via the Red Cross, which is what I'm going to do after I'm done filming this. Thirdly, you can call your representative. Make it clear to them that you care about this, not just because you care about your political opinion on Russia, but you care about the suffering of the people in Ukraine, which hopefully you do. And if those representatives want your vote, they're going to have to show that they care too, and push for stronger sanctions on Russia, removing them from the SWIFT system and making it clear that yes, they care about this because it's democracy that's on the line. It's taking place in a country outside NATO, but we can still very much push for more support in that region. Even if your representative is somebody you probably don't agree with much of anything on, I'm in Matt Gaetz's district. I'm still going to write to him. I'm still going to make it clear how much I care about this issue. Because fourthly, you can choose to not give in to despair about this situation. It will only be sanctions. Russia will take Ukraine. I already knew this was going to happen. There is no point to caring about this. That is a frighteningly common sentiment online, and I refute it entirely. Not only because I happen to believe that the democracy in Ukraine is worth preserving, but because refusing to care at all is to refuse to know our history and why it is important to do so in the future, and not take the responsibility of caring about this situation seriously. And maybe most importantly, I made this video because it was the only thing that I could think to do, and I needed something to remind myself of what I am capable of doing. So the thing that anybody this video reaches has to consider is, what can you do that others might not be able to? Where does the strength in your voice lie? I don't have answers to that, but I don't despair about it either. Because we do have things we can do about this situation, whether it be from the interconnectedness that trying to do good can bring about to the things I've listed. And speaking of that, today is the first day of the Project for Awesome 2022 live stream, with the first half of the donations going to Partners in Health, and that is something that we can all take part in, and that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go watch that now and think about what I can do. Thanks for watching. I will see you on Friday.